Bloomington and Monroe County are home to many accomplished and aspiring artists, working in just about every conceivable medium. There are very few communities in the world with such a high proportion of creative and performing artists in the local population. But there is a problem. In our community, it's not really very easy for people to find our artists and see their works. Of course, Indiana University presents extensive arts programming, but the many fine IU facilities are not available to community artists, while cost or custom keeps many community members from participating in events on campus. Today, the Bloomington arts community exists in a few scattered rented rooms. Surely, we can do better than that. Bloomington is doing better than that in many areas. The recent restorations and renovations of many important sites throughout the area, including historical structures, the buildings on the square, and the Monroe County Courthouse, are a source of great pride to all of us who have chosen to live in South Central Indiana. But here's a site that hasn't seemed to fit into anyone's plans until now. This building, erected in 1915 as Bloomington's first city hall, has been empty and abandoned for over 4 years. In spite of the fact that it's basically a sound structure with a central location that offers easy access and abundant parking facilities. A practical public use for this building would serve all our citizens. Here is a chance to preserve part of our heritage and meet a glaring community need at the same time.
As a community, we can turn a need to an opportunity. We know that the arts need a home. We know that the arts, music, theater, dance, the paintings that we enjoy here, make Bloomington an exciting place, both for us and for visitors. The Home for the Arts could greatly enhance the downtown, as well as increase the attractiveness of our whole community.
Imagine this building transformed into an art gallery and exhibition area, along with decent administrative offices for the Bloomington Area Arts Council.
The facility that we're talking about tonight would be a dream come true for a lot of people.
Imagine these office partitions and this false ceiling removed. Imagine the space you see here transformed into a 175-seat theater.
I think that you can look at this project not only for what it does for the quality of life, which is very important, but you can look at it in dollars and cents terms, that it's something that you can develop that will help the tourism effort in this area.
Imagine plays, concerts, broadcasts, exhibitions, and much more. A crown jewel in the exciting revitalization of our downtown.
A lot of communities that also love the arts are really known for having patrons of the arts. And it's the patrons of the arts that are as celebrated as the artists themselves.
I think this is a unique opportunity for us to not only give something to the artists, but to give something to all the rest of us, those of us who are not artists, in terms of a space that we can feel comfortable going to, not some little out-of-the-way location, but a place that's downtown, that those of us who otherwise might not go to the effort to attend a production or visit a gallery to see a show will now find time to do those things.
Given a suitable place to shine, the creative lights in our community will cast a glow far beyond its borders. The Bloomington Arts Center will be a beacon for artists and audiences throughout the surrounding counties. The Bloomington Common Council passed a proposal to provide the old City Hall to the Bloomington Area Arts Council, if sufficient funding could be raised in a timely manner. This promise immediately drew enthusiastic support from artists, patrons, and the general public.
Does Bloomington need an arts center?
Of course, every big town has an art center. Is Bloomington big enough to have an art center? Of course it is.
I think it'll provide a center, a focus point for all the projects and plays and different things that go on.
I really believe Bloomington needs a local arts center.
Bloomington supports the arts community, and that'll just be a continuation of that support to have a center.
The arts groups and the musical groups in the area, there are so many of them, but a lot of them are unaware of the existence of the others, and if more of them were concentrated in the same place for performance reasons, they might be a little more aware of what's going on.
Well, I think Bloomington needs an art center because there are a lot of artists here, and if the art center helps them peddle their wares or develop their skills, they need one.
I'd like to see ballet and operas and stuff.
Anyway, this tells us that artistic creativity is still alive in southern Indiana. It's great.
I like art for breakfast.
And I think we need some nice, centralized, well-focused spot. We need our spot for the arts, and it's our turn to have a spot.
Do you think that you might attend something at such a center?
We attend a lot of IU things, but we really haven't attended much outside IU except for town theater. I know that there are 3 or 4 other performing arts groups, and I think we probably would, particularly if it was in a regular place.
We need an art center here because Bloomington doesn't have one. It's only logical, whether one's an artist or a mathematician.
Bloomington needs to support its artists.
Well, I think so. Anything to get people downtown. That's what I think is important.
There's a lot of artists in Bloomington, and I think an art center would be perfect for them.
Yes, I think we need more support of the arts here. And we have a very lively community of artists. This is an important move ahead for the city of Bloomington.
I do support the Arts Center. I think that it's long overdue.
It'll up the level of the amount of art done in town.
We certainly have no shortage of artists in Bloomington.
The habit of going to a particular place for theater is good to develop.
Why do you think Bloomington needs an arts center?
We need to support the arts. It's a great part of humanity. So we can have educated children. That's why we need to support the arts.
It is a challenge. Our first goal must be to raise at least $1 million to cover the cost of restoring the old building and converting it for use as a community arts facility. But this amount will also provide an endowment to sustain the center without reliance on public funding sources. The funding we need should come almost entirely from private sources. Individual and corporate contributions will comprise the bulk of the required amount. Artists from all over Monroe County have pressed forward to contribute their time and considerable talents to the Art Center project. Benefit performances, an art auction, and many donations of skills and works have raised money and generated intense community interest. The Bloomington Arts Center will be a gleaming and practical expression of Bloomington's commitment to artists and audiences. The Arts Center is an idea whose time is here right now, and whose benefits will be with us and with our children for many, many years to come.
Mr. Bill Pittman of the Indianapolis News. Andrew Welch Huggins of Arts Indiana. As of this date, the Bloomington Area Arts Council Arts Center project has collected $755,001.07 in pledges and donations toward its overall goal of $1 million. Phase 2 of the Arts Center project begins on January 2, 1990. This new phase will entail raising $250,000 in pledges and donations toward the building fund, with any surplus funds after renovation and furnishing are completed
to be used for operating expenses. The campaign headquarters will continue to be located at the Old Depot, 301 North Morton Street, Bloomington, with the telephone number remaining 812-323-2787.
Won't you help the Bloomington Area Arts Center reach its final goal? Send your donations to the Arts Center, Post Office Box 1293, Bloomington, Indiana 47402. For more information, call area code 812-323-2787.